That's the reason why I teach partials. There's a lot of people out there say, don't take partials. You shouldn't do partials. Okay. Are you rich? Are you retired? Because if you're not, don't give advice. So these lows here are perfect partials, perfect candidates to take a partial if you're shorting up here. This is an inversion fair value gap because it's the last major displacement on the upside before it hits a premium array, and then it folds over. That right there is your model 2022, just on a very small time frame, and it's the first fair value gap after the rotation over. That right there. These are all things I've taught on this channel. It's not new teachings here. It's my old stuff being presented in a way where it helps you build a narrative, because that's what casting forth a vision is. Read Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. And it's very much applicable to what you do as a trader using any methodology. If it's a method that has value, those two verses, they're wonderful. And in fact, they were the inspiration for me to talk to you about this today. So the market drops aggressively after taking that low out and then clears the AM session regular trading hours low and just dives lower. Moving forward and offering the remainder of the day, you can see inversion fair value gap, uses the consequent encroachment there, sells off. Fair value gap there, use that, sell it off. Consolidation. John Murphy would love to see this highlighted on social media. It's a perfect bearish pennant. They occur sometimes, sometimes they're there. Breaks lower and then just fizzles out into the low going into the close of the day. Now, why did this run up here like that and then sell off? What makes that happen? And if you're looking at just simply 1 minute charts or 5 minute charts or 15-minute charts or 1 hour charts, you're not going to get what you need. You have to have a proper top-down analysis, and you have to at least consider the daily chart. If you aren't at least conferring with the daily chart in your trading, you are trading blind. I don't care if you're making money. I don't care if you're getting hot hands in the last few weeks or months or whatever. If you're not looking at a daily chart, eventually the inevitable is going to come, and it's going to come collect your head, and your account will be collateral damage. So how will we use that information? What are we looking for? Oh, here's the daily chart. And I just recently, in 2025, released another PD array. It's the suspension block. It's an inefficiency. Now, normally, folks would look at this candlestick's low to that candlestick's high and say that's an inefficiency. Well, yes, there's an inefficiency there, yes. But the real inefficiency is framed by the volume imbalance down here and that volume imbalance there. So this candlestick's open and that candlestick's close. That's what's being shown here. So this candle's what's being highlighted. It's the ICT suspension block. It's another form of buy side imbalance, sell side efficiency. It is not, underscore, not a quote unquote liquidity void. Okay. A liquidity void is when there's no trading at all. That's an actual gap. There's no buying and selling in there. That's a liquidity void. There's been no liquidity offered at all. That's the only void that exists in price. So there's your suspension block, okay? Now, by having this information on your chart, let's go back down into that same chart. Wow. What you're saying, ICT, is the market went down, couldn't even get to the upper quadrant of it, and consolidated. And then it retraced right back up towards the first fair value gap, and it's the high of that suspension block on the daily chart. That's a premium array. What do you think a premium array on a daily chart is going to do to price if it's bearish? Send it lower. Do you think it went lower off of that? Sure it did. But a lot of you probably were caught off guard because you're not looking for things on the daily chart. You're looking at 1 minute charts and 15-second charts and 5-second charts, 1 second chart, little squiggly patterns, trying to come up with something, trying to invent something, instead of just simply using this stuff that's been handed to you for free. Cast forth a vision. Where is price at now? What is it permissible? Is it allowed to go to this high to this inefficiency? Is it working in the upper half of a inefficiency above price while still being bearish? Is it respecting only the lower half of that? That's indicating bearishness. It's weak. It's going to send price lower. All these factors have to be weighed in the balance while you're doing it. So you can imagine how difficult this is going to be for you if you think you're just going to watch a video or two, get a PDF file from someone taking notes from my stuff and thinking, wow, I'm going to be able to do this and save myself a lot of time. You don't save time doing that. You increase the amount of time it's going to take for you to learn it. It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what happens. Just simply submit to the process, go through it slowly. Take notes, watch what price has done yesterday, last week, and break them down. Do this with your charts. Notice what it's done here at 130. It creates that little run up to the top of that daily suspension block. That right there is this high of that candlestick's open. So that little segment inside that candlestick is price simply going right here, going up to go down. That's all it is. And when you anticipate when price is going to likely do these types of things and gravitate towards, well, let's go back up to the daily chart. Half of this range here, that's this blue line here. So up here, upper quadrant, that's reasonable because it would be going below that low, if there's sell side below that, try to reach to the upper quadrant of that daily suspension block. It hits it, and look what it does. It hits it and slices through it. So it means what? It's likely going to reach for half of that range that's down here. And it just fell short of it there. We have the new week opening gap presently today formed there. But that's a nice drop off. That right in here, actually was working with my son Caleb and my brother-in-law. I only said his name. I don't want to say his name.